Hi everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us.
We had a somewhat tepid response to the Heartstopper episodes 1 and 2, season 2 reaction video, which was a little underwhelming after the huge response to the trailer. But I think it probably didn't help that we waffled for 45 minutes.
Yeah, so we're going to keep this one short.
Yeah, we're going to keep this brief. We're going to go through all of the remaining episodes, so episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 of Heartstopper Season 2. Just a quick reaction video and going to get our thoughts together, and then you can put in the comments what you enjoyed and what your thoughts were.
We'd love to hear what you think anyway. Like, what was your favourite episode from Series 2 and what was your favourite moment?
So in the previous reaction video, if you've not watched it, we had a discussion about coming out, and we talked about how Nick's coming out was being a little bit dragged out. So one thing I'd like to cover first of all in this particular video about episodes 3 to 8 is plot holes. Now, I'm somebody that gets irritated by plot holes, although I do, as some of you know, I do watch shows like Days of Our Lives, so I kind of have to realise that the stuff I watch isn't necessarily going to be true to life and realistic. But okay, we've got a school trip. Okay, we've got people on the school trip that are from different schools. We've got people in different years on this school trip, and we've got two teachers, both from the same school, both male. We have no female teachers on the trip. This is just not ringing true. I don't know what you thought.
And going through France under that tunnel, we don't see any sea life.
Well, we know that, don't we?
Have to say it.
Just as an FYI, you're not going to see any sea life.
No, you're not.
If you go through that tunnel.
Who was it who said that? Was it Imogen?
No, it was Darcy, wasn't it?
That was it. I always get them two mixed up.
Yeah. So that was the first sort of plot hole. The other major plot hole as well is, again, and this was discussed in the previous video, they're walking up the Eiffel Tower holding hands. How do people not know they're a couple?
Yeah.
You know, this whole coming out from Nick, he was not discreet about it. But not to focus on the negative. What did you think of the season overall?
I thought it was good, considering like I tend to just watch it with Brett. I actually like enjoyed watching it. Like Series 1, as we know, I eventually got through it, and then Series 2, it was great. Yeah, the vibe, the music, the tone, everything was fun. To some degree, it was upbeat. I really liked how the teacher in the hallway, when they're in the hotel room, spoilers if no one's watched it, but you won't be watching this video hopefully, like when he's coming out almost to the dude from the cucumber thing, that series.
I think what he's trying to say is he likes the relationship that's forming between the two
alright,
teachers.
I'm not an alien. So I really liked how they he took comfort in him, and
I felt that, and I touched on this in the last reaction video that we did, if you've watched it, where I talked about sort of the different age groups of people who watch this show and how I'm probably of the higher end. And I felt like that was put in for us, you know, because we can relate to the teachers as well as the youngsters, because the teachers, I don't think the teachers are supposed to be my age. I'm not quite sure what age the teachers are supposed to be, because, sorry, no shade to the guy who plays...
the name's gone.
No shade to the guy who plays the teacher who's been present during seasons 1 and 2, but in like 8 years since Cucumber, he's gone from playing the twink to playing like a daddy. and I'm not really sure how old his character's supposed to be, but you know, it's evident on the show that these two characters are from a different time in terms of coming out, and also I think ethnicity plays a part in that as well. So we liked them. Another thing I really liked was
the book. Oh, what's he? I forgot his name.
you literally read my mind.
The book guy. The book guy.
You literally read my mind.
Yeah.
The asexual story.
That's it. Yeah, the ace dude.
Now, that was done so delicately, and
Carefully.
yeah, it was lovely, and I liked how they incorporated the fact that he, you know, him being a bookworm was kind of incorporated into the way he came to terms with it, you know, because so he looked at the artist explained to him that about being asexual, and then he went and got and then sort of at the end he got the book, didn't he, that he was going to go and look up, and he got a little bit frustrated and cross with the group because
they were just like, oh, did you kiss, and it was like, well, I mean, I'm friends with like 3 asexuals, and like not every, like, again, like some do, but some just don't, you know.
And I think it was interesting to see him behave that way, because we've never seen that side of him before. We've never really seen him show any spunk, if you like. And I feel like season 2 really explored his character. And I don't know about you, but I felt that the season got off to a bit of a sluggish start, and then it really ramped up towards the end. You know, we had a lot of elements towards the end, and we'll move on past Toby's character now onto so the other newbies. I don't really feel like we know them that well yet.
I watched the one with the black hair, the one who was helping him with the party or something. I forgot her name.
Do you mean the new Asian character?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So is it Fahar?
That's it. That's the one.
So we don't really know her that well yet. She revealed she's bisexual. I don't know about you, and I don't know if I'm picking up on something that wasn't there, but it felt like there was a slight, something slightly between her and Imogen. I kind of don't want there to be.
I mean, like towards the end of that episode, like it really felt like, oh, is that where it's going? Because didn't like Imogen go after her?
Yeah, and she was like watching her on the stage and stuff, wasn't she? And I mean, I could be reading a lot more into this than there was there. But to be honest with you, I don't want them to go there. I kind of like I want Imogen's the heterosexual character of the group, and I kind of want it to stay that way, if I'm being honest.
I mean, this season, like we were saying, like every single person, it's like they've really got a lot of representation through the diversity on this season. Like every.
Yeah, I really hope the wheelchair user and the other trans character. I really hope that they
keep them for season 3.
Yeah, I really hope. I'm sure they will, but I really hope they get explored a bit further in the next season. One thing we did comment on while we were watching the show is, and this possibly comes from my long history of watching American soap operas, and I think I have a bit of an expectation that's never going to be fulfilled in other TV shows, and also with this being aimed at a young audience that perhaps haven't got the patience for it, but I feel that there is a sort of a lack of preparation.
Oh, right.
Preparation for these storylines. I feel like some of these storylines just come out of nowhere. We didn't really have much build up to.
Oh, we're going there.
You know, with the Tara and Darcy situation, and Darcy's mum. All of a sudden, we find out Darcy's mum's an arsehole. you know, and it was like we didn't really. Maybe there were hints to that earlier that I didn't pick up on.
Did we even see her mum in like?
No, we'd never
No.
seen her before.
Oh my god! Like the woman who plays her mum plays.
She could be a
homophobic mum well.
She could be a recast for the White Witch on Narnia, couldn't she? Like she really could.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. But having said that, it added an interesting dynamic to the lesbian storyline.
I thought it was nice, like showing, you know, for the prom scene, because my friend Jessie, they're non-binary, and I don't know if that's what that scene was about. I mean, like, because like my friend Jessie likes to wear like a lot of masculine clothes. I don't know if that was. Was there a non-binary character this season? No. No.
But yeah, I mean, the mum saying, "Oh yeah, you know, you look like a lesbian," and all this, you know, like because your daughter couldn't possibly be a lesbian, you know, and that's that attitude that you get from homophobes, isn't it? But it'll be very interesting to see how that pans out, and I feel like season 2, we started off with lots of character development, and then the back end of the season we got even more character development, and then we got a lot of story development as well. So anyway, not to harp on too much because we are trying to keep this short. So other characters, Nick's brother, have we anything to say other than that he's an
Arsehole.
Yep. Charlie's sister, I love her.
When she like grips
she kicked the phone out of Nick's brother's hat.
That was. She's like really badass. We really want to see more of her.
I want to get to know her better.
Yeah, I feel like we've only seen the surface level of her. We've not got deeper.
It's like we're starting to know why. Like
she's very protective of him. That's nice to see.
We're starting to know why Tara and Darcy are the way they are. You know, we're starting to see what their families are like. You know, why they're the way they are. You know. We're getting more in-depth views of each character. So what do we think of Charlie's parents now?
I feel like we've warmed up to them now, and it's nice that they did the meal, and it was so brave of Nick to come out that way to his dad. And then his dad, I don't know, he just...
I think it was freeing for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, I don't have to say it anymore.
Actually, I feel like Nick had spent years and years seeking approval from an absentee father. And then I think he came to the conclusion that actually...
Not bothered, you're not in my life anymore.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. He doesn't need his approval because he adds nothing to his life, so what does he need his approval for? And that's quite freeing, really, and I think we all do that to some extent with people in our lives, don't we?
The way he reacted to the arsehole brother, I forgot again, I'm shit with the names. Like his arsehole brother, when he was like, "You've not grown up to be the man I thought you were." Is it David?
I think it's David. Isn't
That's
it?
it, David.
I've actually only watched season 2 once. I'm not so like I'm not really clear on the names of the new characters either. Oh, just while it's in my head, it was lovely to see Rebecca. I forget her surname. I forget her surname from Boy Meets Girl.
That's it.
Make a cameo. That was fantastic to see. If you haven't watched Boy Meets Girl,
it's fantastic.
I think it's on Hulu, or it might be on BBC iPlayer. It's out on DVD.
I think it's on Amazon as well.
Fantastic show. Anyway, so that covers So Charlie's parents. I feel like Mum is warming to Nick now.
Well, she said he was a nice lad, so you know.
Yeah, she's warming to him. I feel like the ice is starting to melt in that respect, and I think, you know, I think we've possibly been a little hard on her. We've jumped to conclusions maybe about that character. You know, I think she just wants Charlie to
pass his exams. That's another thing. While it's still in my head, when we were talking about consistencies early on, one thing I did say to Brett when watching it was if they're like if Nick's the prom scene was nice as well, where they turned up in the suit and the bow tie.
Oh, that was gorgeous. And do you know what was really nice about that as well? It was the fact that it wasn't just like a traditional, like, oh, we're going to go to the prom, we're going to dance, we're going to have our picture taken. You know, it was like, actually, they kind of went to the prom and then they were like, oh, what do we actually do? Do we really need to do this shit? You know,
yeah, like
and that was kind of a good, and I'm glad they didn't go down the Queer as Folk route of like, if you've ever seen the American version of Queer as Folk, I'm glad they didn't go down the route of like the queer bashers being at the prom. So anyway, last thing to discuss before we close this video, because I don't want to make it too long for people to be asked to watch, is the eating disorder. And this also feeds into what we've been talking about with like the parents, because we're not clear about what Charlie's family know about anything, you know, because Charlie, like Charlie has never been, I get the impression, the most open person with his family. How aware are the family about the eating disorder? Because he only just told them that Nick was his boyfriend, and I don't get the impression that he's very open with them about stuff. And if they do know about this stuff, and they know, you know, they know about the bullying, they know about like Charlie's mental health issues, they know about the eating disorder, I suppose that kind of also helps us to understand why the parents are the way they are, because, you know, if they could see a situation where, okay, so we've got Charlie is now dating Nick. If Nick breaks Charlie's heart, which I think
doesn't happen.
Well, I'm sure it won't, but I think they just viewed him as a jock or maybe a player, you know, and from their perspective, it might
they want to keep protecting it.
Yeah, and they probably think, well, you know, things are bad enough as it is. Charlie doesn't eat properly. You know, I can really empathise with Charlie at the moment because I've been through issues with eating disorders, and it will be very interesting to see how the eating disorder is explored in season 3, because things are kind of, besides that, everything's kind of come together for him now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was. And I said to you, didn't I, before it was actually mentioned on the show, that this is going to be in relation to control, but it's almost like I get the impression that it's like,
because it's something he can like.
He felt out of control with Nick not being out, but it's like now
that he can control.
Yeah, but it's like now Nick's out, everybody knows about them. He's kind of got everything in his life has kind of fallen into place. And this is the remaining issue and the emotional baggage from the past.
It's nice to see that Nick was looking it up and showing the concern and being a concerned boyfriend, saying that he's able to offload and let all his upset and heartache to him. And
absolutely. Oh my God! The final scene.
When he's on the phone.
We're gonna have to do a scene recreation of that. The final scene was stunning. The final scene when Charlie talks about the bullying and stuff like that, it was stunning, and we definitely need to recreate that scene. Thank you for watching.
Have a lovely day, and let us know what was your favourite Heartstopper season.
What was your favourite
moment.
episode? What was your favourite moment? What was your favourite? Who's your favourite new character? We'd love to have a chat with you in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you'll be back on our channel. Please subscribe, like, share with any other hearties. More videos on the way, some animation. We've got a documentary about the Manchester gay scene.
That'll be out tonight at 7
Tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow,
yeah. Depending on when you're watching this, it's probably already out. Have a great day.
All the best.
Goodbye.
See you later.